Hi, everybody. Love for people to join. It's Monday. It's Mundane Monday. And talking about the Degobuster approach to playing the races, being an energized horse player. Uh, in a game we all love called horse racing. So I'm playing for 40 years, right? I'm playing for 40 years, learning all the systems, addicted to the racing form, addicted to thoroughbred sheets, addicted to watching the shows past the wire to teach that stuff, addicted to time form, pace, addicted to trainer stats, which was unbelievable in time form. You can go in there and find all kinds of trainer stats. You can just, all kinds of information, all kinds of horse racing information. And then you got the racing form. After 40 years, I realized that all that information is useless. All that information is useless. And that's when the ego buster approach was found about 10 years ago. My ego was busted. I can't win at this game playing, using the horse racing information. It's not about that. It's about just getting lucky and possibly getting paid. Um, so elimination of the ego, that I could be one of the 10%, 15% winners in the game, it's gone. And after 40 years of swimming out in the ocean, drowning, surviving, being Mr. Clean, just washing money, you know, I'm able to, at the last years of my life, I'm 70, be able to play the game completely different, completely going into the game different. I'm energized now versus being, insane or on fire. As soon as you open up the racing form, you're on fire. You're a different person. You're in the bubble. Nobody else matters. Nobody. Your family, your children. You say it does. God, but it doesn't. When you're in the horse racing bubble, all that matters is the horses. And that was me for 40 years. 40 fucking years. My God. Unbelievable. But the beautiful thing is that, I've worked really, really hard, just like I work hard at whatever I do. I'm a Kung Fu guy. White belt, yellow belt, green belt, brown belt, black belt, masters, guru, A lot of years, a lot of decades. And for horse racing, it was 4 decades. 40 years, 4 decades. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of races. All thinking that, this horse racing information is going to help me pick winners. It didn't. It didn't. So I am blind to the racing form. I have no eyes that want to look at a racing form. I am blind to time form. No eyes. I haven't looked at anything for at least 2 weeks. I am blind to all of that. And being blind to horse racing information and being blind to, allowing yourself to even look at anything to do with horse racing is the paradigm change. You're leaving that playground. You're going into the bleachers and you're leaving that playground. You're stopping, killing that guy. That's the first thing. You got to become aware that the game isn't won through horse racing data. If you can become aware of that, for the first time, you'll be able to see that you were insane. For the first time, you could see that you were Baba Boo Boo. You got to get out of the horse racing bubble. And I got out of the horse racing bubble. I'm in the world bubble now. And yeah, maybe it's too late. Maybe I'll never see, have access to my family. Maybe I'll never have access to, friends. Maybe I'll never have access to a relationship, a healthy relationship. I had no chance doing that, being addicted to horse playing, being in the horse racing bubble. But I have a chance of doing that being in the world bubble. And that's where I am now, especially after this week. All that keeps happening is that I'm learning and seeing a different situation, a different playground. And that playground is number one goal is to eliminate my ego. I can't. I don't know it all. And that I was insane for 40 years. I was in trouble for 40 years. Went to the hospital, so to speak, and I'm out and completely different perspective. I have no interest in trying to pick winners. I have no interest in looking at contenders. I have no interest in trying to figure out how this contender is going to win the race. I don't even care if I win the race. I'm just interested in playing in a playground where you don't play. You don't focus on just playing the race. Degobuster approach, energized handicapping, get lucky, get paid, looks for golden nuggets, looks at horses you don't look at, dismissed horses. And so this weekend at Saratoga, I couldn't believe how well it worked. I had more pleasant experience Saturday and Sunday than I've had in decades. And I didn't even have to have all that anxiety of handicapping the race. All I had to do was uh, be available to listen a little bit to commentary, but mostly understanding that the playground I'm playing in is only looking at dismissed horses, only looking at dismissed horses, and only understanding that the only way you can win at this game is you just got to get lucky. It's not a skill game. You just got to get lucky. You got to be at the right place at the right time. It's nothing else. And that's why, it took me 10 years to eliminate my ego thinking otherwise. But again, a paradigm change happens in a moment of truth where you become aware that you're out of control, insane gambler. You have to become aware. It took me 10 years to reprogram my brain, to reprogram my mojo, to understand that the game isn't about being locked into an opinion that horse racing data gives you, thinking that a pattern is good, thinking that a pace scenario is good. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's basically mentally jerking off, as I say. Yeah, that's all you're doing with it, with an unattainable goal that can't be reached, because of the fact that you play way, way, way too many races, and you're also just trying to get lucky and get paid, but you think you know. After 40 years, I don't think I know anymore. I know I don't know is what I know, because for all those years I've been just trying to achieve something that's just not attainable. It's just not attainable. And again, being aware of that is the key. Being aware that
There isn't.
And then you have to become blind to the racing form, and being blind to the racing form and removing that allows you to go into your own personal energized being, which you let the bet make you. You have a felt sense. Something is said that's in your subconscious that registers. You have a belief in something that you that you could do okay here. It's not about what's on horse racing data. It's about you. Like I said in my other video, they asked Bill Russell, what made you great versus just being a regular good player? He said, because he comes to win versus coming to play. Gambling is coming to, trying to pick winners. It's gambling. You're trying to, achieve something that's unattainable. But going to win means that you have, a mofo Joe. You're not totally out of control. You're not locked into a story that you can't budge from, because the subconscious, the person that you fed all that information to is going to make the decision that you fed all that information to, which is horse racing information. No, be blank, be blank, and then let them tell you what's going on. And what they're telling me what's going on is these three horses. I make a crystal clear parity board, and these three horses are going to be dismissed. This horse is from Finger Lakes. He can't run at Saratoga. This horse has got 3 legs. He can't. He's from Thistle Downs. This is Jose Morales running today. He's not Irad Ortiz. Those are the horses you dismiss. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get those horses in 4th, 3rd, or 2nd. I'm not even trying to win the race. That's for you, for your pick 6s, pick 3s, pick 5, pick 4s, and the other stuff. I'm just playing the race, the super. And I'll be happy with him taking 4th at 60-1. I'll be happy with him taking 3rd at 38-1, or 2nd at 22-1. It's going to a playground where you're not. You have to be contrarian in this game. I had to be contrarian. And Friday and Saturday, race after race on Sunday, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All that's talked about is the contenders. Nothing's talked about the horses, like that 10 horse, going off, 38-1, 42-1, 48-1. And he takes 2nd. And the super pays $274 for a dime. You got that for $1. It's $2,700. You're perfect. It's perfect. Without any stress, no handicapping. No Ragason sheets, no Thoroughgraph sheets, no time form, no trainer stats. You're in a playground where you're just trying to get lucky with one of the horses that's been dismissed. I try to write down notes, from after watching other tapes, and I never keep to them because of the fact that I just keep going back to the same thing. I've come full circle for the first time, and now, it's just continually being convinced. When do I get involved and start pulling the trigger? I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen. Like the movie Let It Ride. Are you going to make a bet? I don't know. I'm going to make a bet. I don't know. That's called a felt sense. That's called letting the bet make you. No horse player does that. You do a little bit of it, but you don't do it 100% of the time. Try to do that 100% of the time. Focusing on dismissed horses to run 4th, to run 3rd, to run 2nd. Oh my God, they won the race. You get paid, and you got lucky without the racing form. And there's no better place to do it than Saratoga. There's no better place to do it than Saratoga. Saratoga offers attention to winners. But they forget about the fact that all of these bombs at 60-1, 50-1, 45-1 are going to be part of the ticket. There's nobody in my playground. There's nobody in my playground looking at dismissed horses. There's nobody on YouTube talking about the fact that the 10 horse who's going to be wide and whatever. They're not talking anything about the fact that he's going to run 2nd today. He's dismissed. He's an ugly duckling. He's the ugliest girl at the dance. Nobody's picking her. I'm picking her. She takes off the glasses, puts down her hair. You're a winner. Bada boom. Yeah, she's a C- person of the dance with all 8 girls there on Super Saturday or Shiny Sunday. But again, you let her take those glasses off and put her hair down and get into her bathrobe. A+. the ugly the ugly girl, the dismissed horse, all of a sudden is beautiful again. If you put yourself in a position to play on days like this Friday and Saturday, and you're able to select the right race, to be at the right place at the right time, you can have the most enjoyable horse racing experiences of your life. And after 40 years, I did. This Friday and Saturday, I did. I did. I saw the most beautiful girl in the room who had masks on that she wasn't. Dismissed, hitting gold, many layers beyond the obvious. As a horse player, you gotta be contrarian. You gotta look for the rich strikes of the world. Winning the Derby at 40 something to one. It dismissed horses. There's no way you can find a reason to play a dismissed horse like a 60 to one shot, because you didn't even spend more than 10 seconds on the horse. You looked at him and went right by him. You don't even know who the trainer is. You don't even know who the jockey is. You don't even know who Morales is. You don't even know who John Freakendow from Poland. I mean, you don't know these things, but you think by looking at horse racing information that you do know, and it's just insanity. And that's when you get to understand my theme song here, which is everything.
I remember when I lost my mind. There's something so amazing about that place. Even your emotions have it in so much space. When you're out there without care, out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know. Just knew too much. And let me crazy.
So I guess we could ask Andy Serling if knowing so much about the racing form and horse racing data, has it made him crazy? Because it's definitely made him annoying. He's got to chill and get off of Tom Amos. Tom Amos should be welcome to the team, on the show, and should be allowed to stretch his muscles. If you're so good at what you do, Andy, then let this guy come in and add to the show. There's no reason to be busting his balls on a regular basis and challenging him and challenging him and challenging him. That's ego, man. That's almost disgusting. It's so bad. You're privileged to be in a position. You're privileged to be in a position of any horse player would die for, and yet you abuse it. You used to beat the shit out of that guy who went to the Finger Lakes. I don't remember his name. You used to beat him up like for years. And for some reason, you respect the women on the shows. And, because you're a charming guy. Come on, man. Back the fuck off of Amos and let him do his thing, man. He's got a lot of good things. And congratulations, Thomas, on your guy winning the race there with the 8-horse. I think it was the 8-horse. Congratulations! I was so happy for you. I was so happy for him. That was a phenomenal piece. And these shows are are great for us. I'm 70 years old. I've been watching these shows for 50, 40 years, over 40, 50 years. So what? I was 20 when I started. I'm 70, so 50 years. And I mean, you're worse than the guy before you. Way worse. At least he was like a clown. You're just mean, man. You're just mean, and you got to stop being, back the fuck off. Don't have so much ego. I was rooting for your 5 horse to get beat, even though you made a good selection. And I thought what you said on a speed favoring track that 5 was good the other day. But I was dying for you to lose because you're just so damn negative. This is a sport of this. The sport's hard enough. Losing is hard enough. We don't need to hear your bullshit. So please stop, and let Amos do his thing. The show is for us, not for you. You aren't the all in all. Call you Mr. Ego Sterling, right? Your first name is Mr. Ego. Man, bust your ego, bust it, because Saturday and Sunday were the two best things. But that was one of the things that I definitely didn't like about it. Maggie, keep going, man. Keep telling us all you want. I can listen to you for hours. I mean, your presentation about the horse, the actual horse. Your notes, keeping all those notes for us to talk about horses, giving out horse after horse, on a regular basis, like you gave out the one horse saying that his speed's going to carry him through at 18 to 1. And that's just one example. And you just keep going on and on and on. Again, if you're handicapping the races using the racing form and horse racing data, you're deaf to Maggie. You're deaf to Thomas Amos. You're deaf to these guys, the professionals. You don't hear that they're saying something about a dismissed horse. I do. I got elephant ears. I got elephant ears to hear what they want to say about my horse. They're not going to say any much because, again, it's a dismissed horse. But they do. Even Acacia, she says, "Oh, this horse, there's no way they should be 37 to 1. This horse got to get on a ticket somewhere." That's my green light. This ticket's going to be on a ticket somewhere, and all I want to do is take fourth, third, or second. Bada boom. So that's why I have to have elephant ears for about as much time as I need, or again. And if I'm wowed by something I hear, and if I'm wowed by, like when Thomas Amos was discussing that vulnerable favorite, the 7, I felt the same thing. Sometimes these horses have such a good campaign, but then they're done. They're on a new track, and now it's other people's turn. And I think the same thing's happening with Sovereignty. I think Sovereignty got really dirty, running at other tracks, and now he's going home. He's going to Saratoga, and Mott knows exactly what he's doing. They know that they were pointing to that. You could see that from last year. He excelled at Saratoga. What do you think he's going to do when he runs? So my subconscious and my mojo is just with that in mind, even though I'm playing a completely different game now, because I'm not going to be opening a racing form for next week. Can't wait, but I'm not going to open a racing form for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday of next week, which I can't wait to see the entries. I can't wait to see what the mojo is, but I'm going to do exactly what I did this Friday and Saturday, and see if I can get lucky and get paid. The beautiful thing is that I don't have to handicap one race. I don't have to look at one thoroughgraph number all for those 5 days. All I'm doing is putting together a crystal clear clarity board. I wish I was in Saratoga. I almost want to get in the car and just go and let miracles happen. I don't have to handicap. I'm not working right now. So I can get in the car and go. And I've been feeding my subconscious with that thought. So, I could just bounce and be gone. Because again, the subconscious is the boss and we feed it. No longer do I feed it with horse racing information because I'm in the world bubble now. I'm out of the horse racing bubble. I don't have to handicap for this week and pre-o, even though they're available. The handicapping information is available probably already. They've already uh, pulled for Saturday, but I'm not going to look at anything. None of that. None of it. Not one thing. And that means tremendous anxiety gone. That means ego gone. I can't. I can't. And now I have to execute. I can't. And I'm gonna. Because I know, I believe, that horse racing information is useless. And I've crossed over. I've walked through that fire. I'm not in the ocean anymore. I'm on land now. I'm not participating still yet, but I can, but not using horse racing information. My ego's been busted. Now I know that I have to be energized. Uh, I have to be, get myself into the zone. And what I do is I dance, I rollerblade, I do things with my friend. I get out of the horse racing bubble. It's not easy. It's almost impossible. But when you do it, you save your life. You save your life because you're out of that insane playground. Not possibly. You are.
Don't you having time of your life?
Are you having the time of your life?
And try
Pause. Stop. Pause.
only love. Come on now. Who do you think you are? Ah, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? But I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me.
Yeah, so that's my theme song. That's my bada bing song, meaning, remind me that, I don't want to be uh, totally insane playing the game. I used to play for 4 years. For my last years, I want to be normal. I want to feel really good. I want to feel like I felt this Friday and Saturday. I mean, this Saturday and Sunday. In, next week and going forward, looking forward to a new beginning with my game, especially with the new track opening up in Belmont, because all kinds of new things are going to happen. And because I'm not going to be locked into my old fashioned ways, I'll be able to see those things. I'll be able to hear those things. I'll be able to not have an ego that I think I can and just absorb things and wait and use my kung fu's to be patient and use my kung fu's to detach when and stay in the world bubble. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, possibly go into the horse racing bubble, but not like an insane, unaware horse player. So again, if anybody ever wants to say hello, I always give out my number, 475-206 65, 69. If you're playing for many years, 20 years, 15 years and over, this is where you're gonna be probably after you retire, probably after when you're my age, around 70. And I found a way to have fun in playing the game we all love called horse racing. I found a way not to be self-destructive. No longer do I have to take a whip with nails on it and slap myself on the back every single day because I'm a compulsive, addicted gambler. Nah, I don't got to do that anymore. That my back is healed. No, that whip is not in sight. It's not in my building anymore. I've left that building of thinking that horse racing information can help me pick winners. And plus, I don't want to pick winners. I want to go where you are, not where you aren't. And that's dismissed horses. Horses that you look at for not even 10 seconds. So again, it's Harvey Pack, that's who it is, would say, may the horse be with you and good luck out there. And have a great day. Mondane Monday. Bye now.